Hello all, hello world. Um, yeah, so I am late. Whoops. This is day 186 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Last time we tried to start the preprocessor, but then we got sidetracked by cleaning up the parser, which is really funny because I don't think we're gonna look at the parser anymore for the most part for today. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where we started. Um, this time the goal is we'll actually start looking at the we'll start actually looking at the preprocessor. What's good, Lane and Izrith? Good to see you all. Yeah, feel free to ask for an gamer. But yeah. While you ask, I will I will start writing code, or at least trying to figure out where I am. Did you get the code message and snippet? Yes. Um, I am a little bit I'm a little bit preoccupied right now, so perhaps a different day. Or I will comment on it on another day. I haven't had a chance to properly look at it yet, so yeah, such is life. Okay, how the hell do we use this preprocessor? What do I even do with this? Also, I should probably put all of these into like the relevant directories. That's also an idea for like the back end, but I'll figure that out at some point. What terminal is that? This is Westterm. It's Lua configurable. I believe it has, I think generally speaking people say it has really good WSL support as well. So it kind of just does everything I want it to. So I can't really, I can't really complain about it. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what the best way to organize all of this as well is. I think maybe we could put this into like LIR tree, and then like LIR also gets like the cogen block and the regalloc block as well. I don't know. We'll figure that out some other time. That should be like a quick change at some point though. Okay. Anyway, preprocessor proper. We started a file. It's quite empty. What should the implementation of this be? I guess how are defined macros processed? Let's just look at Godbolt. So we want the include macro. So can I just like, what happens if I like put this here? Or include stdlib? Is that like insane? Okay, evidently it is a little bit insane. Or wait, what's it called again? A C standard library. What's it called? It's gonna be something like, oh my, wait. Does it need to be .h? It might have to be. Okay, well that's great. I decided to try making a game in Godot. Tried to set up. Decided to try Vulkan plus ImageUI plus Yeah, I mean that sounds fine. Yeah, I mean it seems like I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on this for better or for worse. What's good, software generad? Started on my compiler yesterday after stream, and I'm working on the CLI. If you're talking about like some sort of like user, some way for the user to interact with it, yeah, I have a help message, and then these are the things it does. So, yippee. Something is wrong here. I need to change some stuff around. Yeah, so obviously something has gone terribly wrong here with this naming, but I'll fix that a different time. That's not a very pressing priority. What happens if I add an include in the middle here? Okay, that's fine. So what happens if I try to like malloc something? Let's do like 4 or something like that. What's good, Niraj? Okay, so malloc Okay, so what if I put it up here? Okay, yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. What happens if I put it in the function? It breaks. Okay. That's wonderful. Hmm. Where can include directives go? Preprocessor literally copies and pastes the contents? That makes sense, yeah. Wait, so what happens if I put this in the middle and then malloc down there? We'll just like, we'll put this in like, I don't know. We'll do that. Int star bar equals address foo. There we go. So this should work. Okay, cool. So how the hell do we pre-process this? Grr. I guess like what are the parsing rules for this? Just copy and paste. I guess yeah, that does make sense. But like more granularly, like does it have to be like in the global scope? Presumably yes, but like what if we actually yeah, that is interesting. Has to be global? Okay. That would make sense. Parsing rules. I guess what we could do is we could make a parser, and the parser should also include like it should also include like macros, and we just don't do anything with the functions. I think we still need the AST in some capacity, but this definitely makes a mess. This is very annoying. Yeah, I think we might just have to like make a text buffer to be lazy, and then reparse. But I feel like that kind of sucks, right? There has to be a better way to do this. So, grr. Why is this so difficult? Why is it so difficult to find information on this? What's wrong here? Okay, sure. Open up a file with file pointer and then mem copy the contents into a buffer. I guess I could, yeah. It might just be easier to just like parse the file and then like go back to current parsing. Don't have to worry about overriding anything. That makes sense. But what if we like didn't separate the preprocessor? I guess that would be incorrect. So I should probably just like, well, cause like, I guess what happens here is like a, Is it like, is the preprocessor separated from the parser in most implementations? I've been sleeping for 6 months till I become a sleep scientist. Well, has that happened yet? Distinct but interconnected. That's not helpful. Okay, let's... Lines that start with, okay. Okay, I think this is actually all the rules we care about here. Contains any operations in the pre-processing language, it will be transformed first. Okay, so we kind of parse at the same time, so that's not ideal. We could just parse plus preprocess top down. I don't think it's I don't think it's particularly interesting, but we could do that. The stage corresponds. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, so we should just add like a parser thing. That's the reason why you prefix things in C files, because it includes put things into the same scope. I see, yeah. So it is just like the whole namespace shenanigans. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's see. How do we do this? Oh man. Let's get rid of this preprocessor file. Let's go to parser. Wait. Oh, I already deleted it. That's fine. Let's put this in preprocessor separately from parser. I think. Yeah. Let's do this, maybe. I don't know. And then the idea is we can, like, we can mess with this. So then we can do ignorable, and then we could add, like, a pre-processed line rule here, and then we can add it in grammar. What's good, Phil? It's good to see you. The gears are finally starting to turn, which is a good thing. Yeah, but they're turning very slowly, so maybe that's not necessarily a great outcome yet. Yeah. So let's look in. What do we steal from? Let's steal from function. Or let's pragma once. Add some WD-40. That's so real. I wish there was a brain equivalent. I guess caffeine, but I mean, like, come on. Okay, front end. What do we need to put into this? We'll figure out implementation later. For now, let's start implementing in some way. So let's struct, or wait, we need to include the pectal slush somewhere. Maybe, is there anything in core we need? I guess we need the action rule, so we do need to include core, which is fine. Why do you separate things in the front end and back end? More than that, there's also a middle end. I guess the middle end is kind of where the divide is drawn. So the idea is the front end, so we have an optimizer IR, the middle end handles the optimizations, the back end turns the IR into assembly, and the front end turns C into the IR, I guess. And like traditionally, I think this is like how it's split in like teaching, so I think it makes the most sense this way. And then driver is just like compiler. I eventually want to do like LSP or like type checker or something, or like static analyzer. I think it would be like a lot of fun. Had a ton of caffeine today and was studying all day, and now I'm burning out. I mean, it happens. Remember to take time for yourself, so you aren't, or take time for yourself on your own schedule, so you don't have to take it for yourself on life's schedule. because you're gonna need time for yourself at some point or another. It's just a question of how voluntary it is, right? So it's like either you burn out or you take a break before you burn out. There's not really any alternative, unfortunately. Where was I? Okay, let's split like this. So let's look in, like, I don't know, somewhere here. So we want like struct. What do we call it? I guess a directive. Let's define that for now, and then we can figure out what to do here. What's the software's low, bro? I might just be stupid. My compiler doesn't have any of that and does things literally. Writing in C, so I know vectors, smart pointers, or namespaces. That makes sense. I mean, like, it depends on like what your goals with it are. Like I'm trying to make like I guess an extensible framework for my own future tinkering. And I think like I do draw a lot of inspiration from LLVM. So like a little bit of it, a lot of it is kind of inspired by their structuring. But like if you're just like making a compiler for the sake of making a compiler, just because it's like cool, I think it's like perfectly fine to keep it as simple as you want. Okay, let's do struct directive include. And then what other directives do we want again? We want the include macro and we want the define macro, I believe. Those are the big two. Yeah, so let's start with that little bit here. So directive is a peg tool. Well, what was the type again? It's SOR, so it's sequential OR, I believe. So directive, or whatever instructions are, actually, we could yoink, I think. Yeah, so we have peg tool SOR. Directive, define. Oh, we want peg tool try as well. Let's do that. Did I forget a brace somewhere? Yes, I did. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. What is wrong with this? Oh, I see. So let's do it in that order, I think. Probably just need a break. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta push through it, but sometimes like it's fine to like give yourself a day to chill, to be honest. If def, if indef, if else end if. That's probably smart. I probably should do that, but I don't think I particularly care about that in this instant. The big one I care about is include right now, so I can add the runtime library, and then define just because like it's funny, I guess. It feels silly to make all of this just for one, so we're just gonna do include and define. I probably should do if indef and def, or if indef, if endef, if def. That pile, yeah. Does C have pragma? I believe pragma isn't technically C-spec. But most compilers support it. I probably should do pragma maybe, because well, I'm comfortable with pragma. Yeah, but then we get into like linking hell, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah. Should add things like if def, win32, etc. That would be smart. But also I only care about Linux, so like that kind of sets a ceiling on it. Okay, let's start with define. I think define should be pretty straightforward actually. Actually no, define is really annoying. Why am I trying to do define? Let's get rid of define. let's not do define on second thought. Yeah, let's not do define. Cuz I just realized replacing the thing is going to be hell. So I don't want to do that. I guess we would just add a... How would we do that? Would we just like add a check in like all of the function calls maybe? I guess that's probably how I would... no, because there's like variables. Man, preprocessing is hard. Replace every instance of the macro to its value. The problem is that like I'm also doing a mid parse. So I'm like also kind of parsing everything else. Yeah, I don't know. It makes a bit of a mess. We'll figure that out in the future. So let's keep that there. Let's delete this. We'll just be lazy for now. Preprocessor always comes first, but the way I'm parsing it is I guess I do necessarily... I guess I could just read it all in as a string. That might be the play. Or I read in from file and then I output a string. And then that string goes into the parser. That's probably the play. Is it C++ or C? I'm writing in C++. Yeah, actually, yeah, that is a way smarter way of doing it. Let me get rid of. Let's change the way we parse again. Replace any instance of the macro name with its value. I see. The reason that I thought it would be like a little bit more headache is because I'm parsing and preprocess. I wanted to parse and preprocess at the same time. Evidently, that is a terrible idea, and you should not do that. And by you, I mean I should not do that. We still need core, I believe. I think I want to reuse that for the preprocessor, even though this isn't like... Actually, what if I move this to utils? Or core? Yeah, I probably should move this to utils, huh? Maybe I should just name it like parsing. But if we put a parser on top of parsing. Parser core? Parsing core? Naming things is hard. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna think about how to name this. If you have any ideas for what to name this file after I move it to utils. Okay, so what do I leave up on? I have a be right back screen, so it's not gonna be up. If anyone has any ideas on how to like rename this like parsing core file to something, so this core.h, it contains like the basic keywords, like characters, like what white space / ignorables are, and then like some like basic pectoral like scaffolding, or like pectoral utilities. I want to move this to the utils directory. Yeah, I will. If you have any ideas, put them in chat. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna think about this as well. So yeah, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright. That's the button. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Parsing core, trivial, or cool shit. These are all great. I might do parsing core. I think that's the most direct, and it fits best in just like the random utils slush. So let's take this. Let's do parsing core. Let's rename it that. Okay, we need to change that in here. It still seems a little bit funky to me, but I guess it beats everything else, so we will do that. How preprocessor is implemented is the same as like how normal code is compiled. Sort of, but not really. It runs before the compiler, and it's the C preprocessor at least. It kind of just like, you can kind of think of it as just a big copy paste engine. So like the define macro tells you replace all instances of like foo with bar, for instance. Utils. Okay, and everything else is fine. That's nice. Okay, preprocessor. Yeah, so we can do that. Yeah, nice try, but I will keep this as is, for better or for worse. How do we want to parse this? I guess do we want to put white space in front? Just basically replacing include file h with file content. Pretty much, yeah. That's an example at least. Okay, what do I even do with this now? Yeah, I guess, how did I handle the rules for this? We can figure out like the white space stuff later. Let's start with this stuff. Let's look at core again, because I think we have some stuff that we can yoink from that. Yeah, so like here, oh, what the hell? Oh. Utils. Yeah, we can do that. 500 subs away from 5K? Yeah, it's quite surprising actually to me. It still feels really strange that there are people that, I guess, enjoy this content. 'Cause like, I don't know. I kind of just like stare at a screen and like sometimes I say things, sometimes I don't. Yeah, and even still, it's just like it's very surprising that there are just like so many people that find compiler stuff cool. So, yeah, it really does mean a lot that y'all are here. But let's save the things for once I actually hit it. You never know what can happen. I don't want to like jump the gun on it at all. So. Oh my. What do we even do with this? Where is this defined? Okay, I see. Slow gradual uptake in popularity and interest lately? Really? I never thought of that actually. Or I guess I'm surprised by that. Is define a keyword? Oh, I guess it isn't. Okay. We'll just start. We'll keep this as is. Let's put this up here. Or actually, we could just use this directly, I think. Right? Wait, no. Oh man, this is really ugly. Oh wow. Wow, this is terribly ugly. Okay, we'll worry about this in a second. Pearson's -1? Holy shit. Wait, you might actually be the GOAT. Okay, let's do define, let's do include. This is in the wrong file. Really good for background watching / listening? Okay, that's actually pretty reassuring. I guess that does make sense then. Okay, how do we want to do this? We'll just like what do we call this? It's not hash. Hashtag. Grr. What is the pound symbol? Number sign. I forgot about that. Pound sign. We're gonna do none of them. Tic-tac-toe. Yeah, much better. Okay. Let's call this tic-tac-toe. Pectoral. We want a sequence of tic-tac-toe. Keyword define. And then we want white space, I think. Or actually, wait, can I just... What happens if I just do... What if I just do that? Surely this will not cause problems. Okay, yeah, this should be fine, right? Wait, we can just do that. Okay, let's do that. Let's relearn how we parse instructions again. Ignorable. Wait, no, we want specifically white space, I think, right? Yeah, so that doesn't work. But if I put like 3 spaces, that's fine. Okay, so what was white space versus ignorable again? Ignorable includes comment. White space. Oh wait. Wait, we can't do new line. What happens if we insert a tab character? Can I copy this? Can I like, there we go. Okay, so tab is fine. Okay, so then Let's make a new thing called same line white space, maybe. Or what do we even distinguish this? What do we even distinguish this from white space generically with? Let's call it same line white space. I don't know. This is difficult. Let's just do that for now. Or I guess like same line white space. Or I guess breakless white space? I don't know. This is difficult. Yeah, this is awful. This is truly awful, but this is fine. Yeah, we'll just do this for now and call it a day. This is like deduplicate. Sort it out. Okay, anyways, we can do breakless white space. And then, oh no, what do we even do from here? Do we not? Oh, we can't even use the identifier rule. Oh. That's so annoying. Because we don't want to fire the... Oh, no. Man, this is difficult. This is freaking difficult. Yeah, because I don't want to... Do I want to group it in actions? I don't know. Let me think about this. Let me think about this for a bit. I guess we can make a different set of actions for these, right? That's probably how we would do that. And then I just rename that to like parse action, and then we could do like preprocessor action or something like that. Yeah, this sucks. This really sucks. Yeah, this is okay. Enough complaining. Let's keep tapping away at this while I figure out what the hell I'm doing. Or maybe include is easier to start with. So we do include. We can do that. And then we want, oh man. No, because there's two types of includes. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's do like struct include clause. Have you looked at Terry Davis's work? I've heard of him, but somehow I've never actually like looked at it. Okay, so we want whatever the hell include clause is. What happens if I... Wait, that works? Wow, okay. Huh. Okay. We might have to just like make a separate thing for this altogether, and then, I don't know. We might just have to like double define things, which is fine. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So we've undone those changes. Let's actually just get rid of this altogether. Let's start that from scratch. We might want to like move the pectoral helper somewhere, but that's something we'll worry about later. Start with that. Let's redefine white space by hand instead. Yeah, let's start with that. Let's put this up here. Yeah, there we go. So we can avoid like a name collision. What's wrong here? Oh, we can... Oh, we need to... Ah. That's really annoying. Let's yank all of... This is rough. Do you have any advice on how to enjoy coding again? Find a project that you enjoy, and that will simplify things substantially. Okay, this is irritating me. Let's make a pectoral utils. Pectoral helpers, I guess. We'll do that. What's it next? Yeah, let's do that. Let's move all of this into here. Like that. Okay, that's fine. We can get rid of that. Let's do that. There we go. Much better. And then we can fix that in a second, but yeah, this should help clean things up a little bit more. We might need comma list at some point. Yeah, let's actually move that out to here. Or wait, no, wait. What the Wait. Oh, because ignorable. I see. Okay, yeah, we need to keep that there then. That's fine. This is more than enough for that header, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, okay. Are you gonna stop streaming every day once you find a compiler role? I won't stop streaming completely, but I might like slow down a little bit, I think. Because there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I gotta attend to. And that's just life. Okay. We have this pectoral helpers. That should help cut through a little bit of the slush. We could call this... Yeah, we could just... What if we call this just white space char? And then call this white space. And this is what? We can do this. So you want pectoral or S or what is the optional type? Doc. Alright, let's just look up optional. Okay, so that's not very helpful. Maybe it's in rule reference? Okay, opt. Yeah, so that's what we want. So optional white space. Like that. Actually, where's SOR? Wait. What is our util thing there again? Oh, I see. Okay. My calves are killing me. Yeah, we could do this. Or we could do pectoral SOR, and then we want the two different clauses instead of doing a generic include clause, because I don't think this is very helpful unless we need to like split it out. So let's do like what? Braces, or include braces, or braces include, and then we want quotes include. Let's do this sequencing. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we have that. This is just... Or what? Yeah. Let's do... white space, because I don't think this is optional. And then... I guess we could include define in here as well. Let's do that. Guys, I'm kind of sleepy, guys. Guys, I kind of want to take a nap at 8:30 p.m. Guys, I that might be a little bit insane, but I kind of want to. Okay, anyway. Before I let that thought consume me, let's continue figuring out what the define macro would look like. Didn't you learn your lesson? Hell no. I really need to fix my sleep. I like keep saying this, but it's actually like getting really bad. Like, I like go to bed at like 5 a.m. and then I wake up at like 11 and I'm like, oh yeah, I feel refreshed. And then like I try to sit up and I deadass just go blah. And I like go back to sleep. Or at least like bottom line, I like can't get up unless I like literally pull up my phone and like start doom scrolling to like stimulate my brain. It's actually like so bad. I like really need to do something about it. Now that I've like said that out loud, it definitely feels worse now. I might actually start doing something about it. Holy crap. Wait. Wait, that's like so bad. That's like actually so bad. Wait. Okay, let's You only need 5 hours? Hell no, I need more. I definitely need more, but I like pretend I can get away with it. I cannot get away with it. Yeah. Be happy you're not addicted to stimulant medications? I guess yeah. I guess that is definitely like the worst outcome. But also like I don't know. Both of them kind of point towards the same problem, I feel like, in a sense. So I mean, yeah. Okay, let's figure out define now before I explode. Okay, I see. So we want, oh man. Is there like a rest of line option? Oh wait, yeah, we do have a rest of line thing. We definitely do that in comment, I think, right? We'll worry about that later. We'll just comment this out. So we want like some identifier and then rest of line as one big thing. I'll just do that for now. Aye. We'll do that. Maybe we line break like that? This is so scuffed. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that for now. Oh, there's two different defines as well, right? Well, we'll do, this is the basic one. Do add support for args. What's wrong here? Ah, that, yeah. That, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Let's finish building, let's finish building out include, and then I think we'll call it a day. I think I'm far too fried for this. We have Pectoral 1 here. So we can do that. Let's just add like identifier somewhere here. Temporarily. So we can do identifier. And then we can do close brace. Like that. I'm missing a brace. There we go. There we go. I keep adding the comma there because I think there is something. There is in fact not something there. Wait, does X do that? Okay, nice. I'm like still learning Vim by the day. If any of y'all were not confident in learning Vim motions, You can do it as well. I am learning this on the fly as well. It is stormy outside. It is very stormy outside. That's quite scary. Is it raining? It's not raining, but there is a thunderstorm watch, there is a flood watch, there is a tornado watch, and it's about to rain. Yeah, I guess if you haven't been to Illinois before, we kind of just collect weather warnings like Pokemon cards. Like every day you open a pack and then like sometimes you get a rare weather warning. And by rare I mean common. But 3 in 1 pack is pretty good. Get tornadoes, of course. It's the Midwest. Why wouldn't we? Yep, there's lightning. 1, 2. Okay. So that was like what? 7, 8 second countdown? It's hard to remember emotions. Which editor is this? I'm using NeoVim right now. Illinois is Midwest? Yeah. Midwest. Yeah, I guess that's probably the map. What does this point at? Okay, sure. But yeah, it's like... This is like the core Midwest, I feel like. Like Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and like Minnesota, I think are like pretty core. I think some people kind of like think of Missouri as like getting close to the South, but like it is still like very much Midwest. These four you like think about, or you're like these aren't Midwest, and then you think about it and you're like it's not really West, so like we kind of have to group it into Midwest. And then like Ohio, Lord knows what Ohio is. It's all been Ohio. And then Michigan is like opt in Midwest, I feel like. Nebraska, Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas. That's just like central US at that point, I feel like. Yeah, we don't know what's happening in Ohio ever, but yeah. We love the Midwest. It's great here, unless you enjoy variety, in which case, wow. Let's just say it's all flatland. It's all very flatland. Okay, let's look at core again. So here we need to, or we should probably oh, okay. So we want that. Yeah, we want that. Okay, so let's do struct rest of line equals that. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. Figured it out. We should figure out what an identifier is real quick. Now we need a comma. There we go. We can do that. Talk to people out west and they'll always call their town the place you can watch your dog run away for 2 days. Yeah, that sounds about accurate. And then like you get like to proper west, and then you realize you can't really do that in like the west proper, because there's this whole mountain range. But the Midwest is quite flat. Yeah, I think my running theory for why it's called the Midwest, you'll have to fact check me on this, is because it used to be the West, but then like then We did a little bit of manifest destinying, for better or for worse. So now it is just mid. But it was the West, so we call it the Midwest. I don't know. I wouldn't know, because I might not have grown up in the Midwest. So yeah. Okay, we need to figure out what the hell an identifier is. I think we can just yoink it from core, or not core, I think expert, perhaps? Yeah, we can yoink that, I think. Oh, come on. Let's do that. There we go. I'm Canadian, so you know more than me? I guess fair enough. Okay, this seems fine. Yeah, okay. What happens if we define 0 a da da da? Does it let me do that? No, it does not. Okay, so it does have to be an identifier. Okay, cool. So I think we've kind of figured out most of what the parsing would look like. We could probably finish the preprocessor in this one sitting, actually, if I really wanted to. Like, in theory, it's just like an hour, and then like an hour to like, what? To like add actions, and then like do the find and replace, and then like, I guess do the plumbing. Oh, but then like doing the find and replace is like kind of annoying, actually. Alright, well, we'll worry about that next time. Let's at least scaffold out the actions real quick. Yeah, so let's look in... Oh man, where do we go? Let's go to parser, let's go to core. So we want that. Let's make this... We'll call it action for now. At some point, I want to split these up. Or actually, let's make this let's make this pre-process action. Let's make this action for now, and then if we have collisions, we will rename it to something else. I think we will have a collision at some point, but that is a future issue to worry about. Okay. So let's look at function. Let's yank that for now. Let's make this, what? Directive include. We definitely want that in some capacity. Instead of function, I don't even know what to do with this. I guess we could do that. And then we can get rid of the body of that. We'll figure out what to do with this at some point. Okay, let's just like spam a couple of these out. Okay, so we want directive define direction. Yeah, we could do define, and then we can do like define args as well, maybe, I think is how we want to split it up. I don't really know how we want to do that. We'll worry about that in a second. Yeah. We can start with that. We definitely need these. I guess we don't even need an action for directive include. We can just use the braces include and quotes include. Because we can just match it. Yeah, let's do that instead. So braces include, and then we have quotes include. So define should go above these, I think, if we're being sequential with it. And then we'll figure, we definitely want rest of line and we want identifier and we want to like put them on a stack somewhere. And then we can like process them based on which of these we match. I think that is like the cleanest way to do this. So that means we can get rid of one of these. Brace it, or we can do identifier. And then we can do rest of line. Okay, perfect. Let's use the C++ file now, because we need a stack for it. I think we will do string, because we are just doing basic string find replace pretty much. Maybe we'll have to like parse token by token in the future. I think that will have to be the plan. Oh, I need to click something real quick. Okay. At the top. Or I guess here we could start with, we could yoink that. Aye. Me forgetting how to make a vector, so I actually like forgot how to make a vector for a second, so I was like copying it over. I'm so cooked. Okay, let's yank that. Let's put this here. Let's extern it so we can use it. What do we even call this? Clauses? I guess that's what we should call it, yeah. Oh, I did. Okay, there we go. So okay, what did we change here? Okay, get status, get add. Set that. Update parsing core, or I guess separate pegtool utils from parser core, and then start preprocessor. For real this time. Okay. I think this is a good start on our preprocessor. Next time, I don't know how much of this remaining stuff we can chunk off. Actually, let's add one line. Actually, yeah, how did we get the string? I think we can do that real quick, and then I think we will call it a day. So let's go to expr. That's where this is. We wanted to check identifier. So we want just in.string, I believe. And this all should go upwards, I believe. So let's actually put that up there like that. And do braces include, quotes include, directive define, and then these two. So then this is parsed, clauses. Let's push back in string. What type? Oh, that's not helpful. And then we can do the same there. Did I already push? Oh, I already pushed. Okay. Get push. Force. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we can figure out define include in the future. For now, I think this is a good place to end up at least. So, yeah, I think we will call it here, for better or for worse. Thank you all so much for showing up today. If you haven't already, make sure you like the stream and sub to the channel. It really does help out a lot with the algorithm and gets my content out to more of you. I imagine most of y'all come from like the recommended page, so doing that will help me get on more people's recommended. Aside from that, check out the description. My Discord is there. It's the best place to get pinged when I go live and stay connected with the rest of the community. And my LinkedIn and my GitHub are also there, so feel free to add me on those. And finally, my GitHub sponsors is there if you wish to support me financially. Yeah, next time we do more plumbing, I think we're in a great spot. Take care, y'all. Take it easy, and I will see you all next time.